Welcome. Peace from the House of Tonya 23 and the Tonya 23 Experience. Tonight, a little laid back show. We're kind of doing a pre-update the night before it all happened, you know. And I have my special guest, Mr. Creed, who's joining us tonight. And do you have any updates that you want to start out with? Can you hear me?
You hear me? It's like I can hear it, but I can't hear it, and it's trying to figure out.
Let me see.
Always some shit, bro. But I mean, if you can't hear me, I have a few projects I'm working on. As you know, I'm working on a comic book, and along with doing about to do a webinar. I don't want to say too much. There's a lot going on though. And I will be making sure that I keep everybody posted.
Right. I hear that. Well, thank you for sharing. Yes, lots of projects in the working. I have a couple of projects I'm working on also. And we're also going to collaborate on something. We're about to create some sort of a giveaway, so stay tuned.
Yes.
Show. In the next show, we'll have more details.
We will. I will be. I'm gonna try to work on the details all day today. After we, had our conversation about it, so we're gonna be giving y'all some good stuff, man.
And, so get ready and stay tuned. We're also looking for life-changing interviews. Anyone who has had a significant life change experience, we'd like to showcase you and we'd like to hear about it. This is the Tonya 23 Experience, and so I would love to get at least 23 life-changing interviews on the show to show people that, obstacles can be overcome. So I know there's some great stories out there, and I'm definitely looking. So you could either contact me at the House of Tonya 23 at gmail.com with any of your story inquiries. We can make an appointment, and you can briefly explain your story, and if it fits our channel, then we will, do a show. Absolutely. So definitely remember that. The email again, houseoftonya23 at gmail.com. We're also looking to have people send in any videos that they would like to showcase on the show.
That is very important.
Get the video content, we will approve it from there. But yes, we definitely would like to showcase updates and different things that's happening around the world. So if you have a video clip that you'd like to have showcased on a live podcast, please email houseoftonya23 at gmail.com. Or you can give your email, Mr. Creed.
Or you can email me at Heisenberg Records. That is Black HEI.
Uh-oh, looks like you froze on us. Can you hear me? Again, I guess this is typical StreamYard because it's always something. It's either the volume or stuff like this. The whole freezing aspect. You'll have to forgive me. It's 9:27 and I always get the munchies when I'm doing a late night show. I'm not doing too bad though. They're only chocolate covered raisins. And chocolate is supposed to be good for women of my age. So I'm helping myself as we do the show. I want to get Brother Creed unfrozen here. And which I don't know how that's gonna happen. But we also have some highlights and some announcements. We have some breaking news. A lot of you may know that the legendary Quincy Jones has transitioned today. Or maybe it was yesterday, but we have news today at age 91, which is a wonderful quality of life. I mean, so many people are leaving earlier now. That's amazing. So we can say that he must have took very good care of himself. And peace and blessings be unto his soul. There's a lot of other news going on. I'm hearing, I don't want to alarm anyone, but I'm hearing that there could be some more activity between the United States and Iran in the very near future. And so we will be keeping an eye out on that. There we go. Yay! King Creed got unfrozen. Yay! He was caught in the matrix there for a little bit. We was rooting for you. We was like, he's coming out. He's coming out. And there he is. But yeah, we were just catching up on current events, basically. Is there any news that you want to include in the update? There might be a little lag. I don't know if you can hear me or not. But you're on mute. I don't know if I can unmute you or not. Let me see. I'll try it. No. It says your mic isn't connected, so you have to unmute yourself on your end. There you go.
All right, now
I can hear
you. This thing. Listen. When you know you about to put out something that's about to be powerful, be on some shit, it always seems to be ready to shut down on your ass, bruh. Like, it's crazy. Crazy. But you had asked about current events, and do I have any? And honestly, right this very moment, I don't. I mean, there's so much going on that I don't know whether, it's just so much going on.
Yes.
But what I will say is, people, if you, and this is just me advertising, so excuse me for the fun. If you haven't already gotten your 2024, readings, your 2024 spiritual reading, I suggest you contact this lady right here, man. All right.
Thank you.
Very, very informative, very informational, very trusting. I'll say that. I think that's very important when you speak about people, especially doing the spiritual work that a lot of people say that they do. But I have to give flowers where flowers are due. This woman has done a reading for me on numerous occasions, and they always seem to come out right. So, if you haven't already, give this lady a try.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. You reminded me, I'm doing a little banner to run across the bottom of the screen. Yes, and actually, you just gave a good segue into tonight. I'm going to pull a few cards to do with tomorrow. Let's just see how tomorrow's going to go. Ask a couple of questions.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of questions. Hold on.
And I am sorry. I do want to apologize to the family and to our podcast family. Right now, I'm sitting in the shed trying not to get rained on, but I'm sitting in the shed where there's like a shit ton of spiders and stuff. So it's like I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. Because on one hand,
wow,
I like doing my podcast sitting outside. It is raining, so it's like
well, remember our conversation earlier when I said that due to all of the sky spray the past couple of days that it was going to rain any moment now. And ensure that rain does not touch your skin. Try to get out of it because that's like raining down all of the stuff they sprayed. So that rain is like super toxic right now.
Yeah. And I was just sitting here like why? Because part of me was like, man, I'm about to sit out in the rain. It's okay. And something in me was just like, no, motherfucker, you don't sit out in the rain tonight. No, don't do that shit. So now I'm like, now I'm trying to sit here. I'm like, well, damn, if I want to be in the rain, and if I do have to have shit touching me, it's going to do the damage it's going to do, but I'd rather have less than more. So I start putting on long sleeves, all different types of shit. It's a little nippy outside. Man, I remember I had a shed. I popped my ass in here. So I'm saying all that to say, if it looks like there's times that you can't see my face, and you probably really can't, just know I'm here.
I can see like a profile, which is okay as long as the audience is all right. But I have I'm going to share my screen. I wanted to talk about a couple of articles. But first, I'm going to use a specific deck this time. I'm going to use my Offset deck, and that would be AKA Isis, the goddess.
Okay.
I want to see from this deck what happens. Because the question is, now let me just interject. I want your opinion. Tell me, is this a pendulum question or is this a tarot card question? But my question is, who is going to win the election? We're going to do a prediction, just one, being that it's the night before. And
okay.
I think it's a pendulum thing because it's cut and dry, yes and no.
Yeah, it's
but
I feel like.
draw a card on that one. Also.
That is true too.
So that is going to be interesting. Let me just situate my camera. I got to get my deck. I was using it as a stand.
Let me get myself situated. Quick. While I'm you doing this thing?
Yeah. Just a moment, man. Switching my camera. Switching my camera. Here we go with the juice about to flow. You gotta be old to know that one. The ghetto jam is about to and mate ain't. All right. Question is, who is gonna win? And as y'all see here we go. Here I have my trusty pendulum. And whenever I have specific questions, I use my trusty pendulum here. And so there is a way that it answers yes and it answers no. So I'll walk y'all through it because it's going to show you what's yes and it's going to show you what's no. Can y'all still hear me?
I can.
So here we go. Let me get situated so you guys can see. Here we go. So pendulum, show me a yes answer. Can y'all see when it spins around in a circle like that? That's a yes answer. Can y'all see it? I'm trying to get into the camera. I'll tell you, these backgrounds really interfere. Okay. Okay. Show me a yes answer. Okay, that's it. And it's going in a circular motion. You see that?
Yep.
Okay. Now, pendulum, show me a no answer. See how back and forth? It goes back and forth on a no answer. So
yeah.
That's no. Right? Now, watch it stop. That's no. Now, show me yes. See how it's spinning around in a circle now? Okay.
Yep.
All right, so we got down to the yes and what no is. Now let's ask the big question. Hold on, I don't have a drum roll sound. But I tell you, here we are. We're going to find out.
But I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss.
Here we go. The question is Kamala Harris gonna win? It's automatically saying no. Look, King Creed.
I see it.
No, I kid you not. I am not moving. It's in a no position. Is Kamala Harris going to win? It's in a no position. I'm trying to keep it so y'all can see. No. Now, the next question. Is Donald Trump going to win the election? Is Donald Trump going to win? It's spinning in a yes. You see it?
I do.
And so there we have it, family. My prediction, or our prediction for this channel, is that the 2024 presidency, the 2025 presidency will go to Donald J. Trump. So get ready to welcome your new president. The pendulum has spoken. And I kid you not, I rarely use it. I use it when I'm dead serious about I need to know the answer, because it will tell you. So you must be very certain of your questions, because it will tell you the answer.
Yeah, yeah. Very much right.
And my pendulums always work for some reason, ever since the day I picked one up, because I have such magnetism. Everyone has a level of it. Within my chart, it's a heavy magnetism. And so it's, I'm very in tune with that particular tool that I rarely show that I use in the public, but I can do entire consultations with it. It'll tell me where the person's energy, like when I do my Reiki sessions, and this is a show within itself, talking about that. Listen, don't forget this in this show. The next show is going to be about the magic of the pendulum.
It's going to be about what again?
The magic of the pendulum.
Okay.
It's an awesome tool that is rarely taught nowadays.
People rarely explore it. It's like, I've used it on many occasions, and I will say, like, I personally, I had to learn how to use it, first of all. Second of all, you need to learn the history behind shit. I feel like that's key. Before you utilize anything, you learn the history of it,
Yeah. Well, it goes back to the ancient times, of course. And once you figure out anything that is such a wonderful scientific tool, we find that it originated in the land of Smaitawi, which is Kemet, which is West Africa. That part. Because we have been using it to locate all types of things inside the earth. So we take it all the way back, But it's a very wonderful tool, and it helps with, like I was saying, my Reiki sessions. If I go across and scan a person's body, it will tell me where the energy is off and where to focus on the Reiki session. It's called a body scan, and it's done with the pendulum. But I'm also going to pull a card that, the same question about who's going to win. No cards? Well, there goes a card. Oh my goodness. Look, y'all. Look. This is the card that came out. Wait, I'm trying to do it. Shoot.
I see it.
Can you see it?
Yep.
There you go. Hold on. I can't take it no more. Just get this background a break for a second. Y'all see that card right there?
Uh-huh.
That is the card that jumped out the deck. You see how how I got the deck? It's forcing its
Yeah.
way out the deck. It says the death card. And sometimes the death card represents death, and sometimes it's change, the death of a thing, a transition, a new time, you know, a new time, a new cycle. And yeah, this describes our situation perfectly, because tomorrow is the death of a thing and the birth of another thing. You know, but as far as the question was who's going to win the election, and that this card pops out. So I'm interpreting it as the same thing the pendulum said: the death of this administration, and a new thing is happening. So that's one clue. Definitely a clue, you know. I'm gonna just leave it at that because it agrees with one another. I'm not gonna mess with it. Like, why mess with perfection? At all, you know.
Yeah.
But take it over. What you want to say? You know, go ahead and do your thing for a minute.
I mean, listen, tomorrow, for some people, it's going to be an important day. For some people, it's just another day.
Right.
You know, I think our biggest thing is we focus too much on what the current problem is going to be and not worry about what the solution can be. I feel like no matter who goes into the White House, you know, you just got to prepare. And how you prepare, you know, you think about what you dealt with the last time this person was in office, or you think about what can currently happen while this person is in office. Look at some of their policies, look at some of their history, and then here, you know, I think we're so much of a society that's so ready to do some shit that when the shit actually happens, we don't know what to do with it. And I think this is also going to be the year where, you know, you really realize, like, who's going to do what when it comes time to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, go ahead.
Like, you know, I know back in the day, like when I was younger, people always be like, well, if they bring back slavery, I'm going to do X, Y, Z, and I'm going to do X, Y, Z. I feel like those are the times that we're coming into. Like, okay, everything that you said from when you were young to, you know, now to the current events, like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do when you wear them shoes? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I mean, too, we got so many problems within our own communities and rights that, like, bro, I don't even worry about the presidency, because to me, at the same time, on one end, I like to be positive about it. You know, on one end, I like to be like, oh, you know, this person might, you know, things might change. But I had an old guy tell me one time, he was like, bro, you don't have no choice in anything that, if it doesn't matter to you, don't sit there and stow upon it. Don't sit there and just like think and wish upon a star and all that crazy shit. Like, move on. And I think that's what we need to do. I think we need to also get back to governing ourselves. Like, the thing is, we get excited for these presidential elections and all of that, and it's like motherfuckers are getting into uproar for people who have partial control over whatever country they're ruling. Just a second. Right? I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, Okay, you got that. You can have that. That seems about right. That sounds about good. You go ahead with that. We just gotta get back to governing ourselves, learning, learning from the animals and learning from the land.
Yep.
I really honestly think we gotten away from that a lot.
Our comedic teacher, Saba Tahuti, always says biological imperative when he teaches is actually studying nature to teach mankind, and that's what they did in ancient Kemet.
I mean, think about when you think about ancient Kemet and you think about all of that. Like I've seen, I've seen examples. Like for instance, watching videos where African hunters putting salt in a hole and watching a baboon trying to get it just so he can look for water. You know, but how are you? You know, it's one of those things that's like, well, how do you know to do that shit? Like, who's paying enough attention to who? Who was the one who actually tested that theory out for all of y'all to learn? Is it something that you saw in nature? Is it, you know? And you got to realize a lot of our people had ways well before the ways that we've been taught, and it's just, I feel like just getting back to it. That's it. Just being able to get back to it.
Yeah, that's true. It definitely will be great. I think that humanity is definitely in need of going back and replacing some of its philosophies with the actual content of it, you know. Everything has been expounded upon with some perspectives that's got the world in shambles. If whatever blueprint they're following, it's not working, they should change it.
And that's why, again, I say we gotta start governing ourselves, because it's gotten to the point where we're allowing other people to dictate what we should be doing.
Exactly, you know, that's the thing.
And it's crazy. It's like some of us sit up and say, "Well, I don't want to listen to my boss. I don't want to deal with people at my 9 to 5, X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z." All right, that's cool. But same way how you don't want to listen to Sally Q at work. You think I want to listen to somebody who, you think that somebody who's taking my money and I'm giving it to them against my will, let's just say it like that. Like, do you think that anything that they tell me is going to be good? Like, let's just be real, bro. Do you think that anything that somebody who says you work and these people pay you to work, but we also allow you to be free enough to work, so you got to pay us as well? Then you just like that. That's what makes it crazy.
Well,
like people die.
You paying them to work. Now
and then nothing gets done. And it's just, I don't know. It's just crazy. Like, it's like you don't think the way that, I mean, you can't. I guess it's what kind of makes people and humans humans. You know, you're not supposed to think like how everybody else thinks, but in the same token, like.
I have a question. I have a question, another one for the pendulum. I would like to know if the US dollar is going to drop soon after the election. Remember, there are a lot of people, supposedly financial analysts and consultants and whatnot, they're out here telling the people that they better convert all their fiat that they have in these banks into digital and cryptocurrency. And my thing is, if you want to be safe, like literally safe, you put your money in gold. Now you have to buy it by the ounce, and the ounces are starting to creep up to a lot every day. But most people in their savings, we're talking seniors and whatnot, they've got the money to transfer over. Some of them do. Anything over $3,000 is worth in turning over. If you're sitting on $3,000 or more, it would be worth turning it into gold, or gold and silver, or just gold. If you've got thousands, you could just invest in the gold, and you don't have to keep it in your home. You can buy a safe and at the bank, and they will hold it for you, like a Fort Knox type of thing, if that's what you're into and you trust them with your assets. That would totally be one's own decision. But what I'm saying is, we're going to ask the pendulum, is the US dollar going to drop soon after this election? Is the US dollar going to drop soon after the election? I have a resounding no. Is the US dollar going to lose its value anytime soon? A resounding no. Should people be panicking and transferring their fiat into cryptocurrency? A resounding no.
Well, hey.
Now watch this. It's a resounding no, right? The pendulum still is swinging no. Is it a good idea to invest in gold if you have the money? To invest in gold. See it changing?
Yep.
That is not me. That is the pendulum. You could ask it the question. You could get a pendulum yourself and ask it the same questions. Just make sure the yes is yes and no is no, because not every pendulum's yes is a spinning circle like mine. Your pendulum has to tell you what is yes and what is no, if you've got what it takes to operate the pendulum. Okay? But yes, because I was thinking all of this scare about the US dollar, and I said to myself, do you think that the people that are more well off than we are willing to lose everything that they have and tank the dollar? Do you think that the elites that hold all of the money anyway, all of the billions and whatnot, do you think that they are going to let their money be reduced to what happened to Venezuela? They'll be burning the cash through the streets. Well, if it's going to happen, I can tell you it's not going to happen before the next 20 years.
Yeah, true.
These reptilians are not going to let that dollar diminish. Even if it's just valuable within the United States, it will still spend. If I spend 50 cents, you will give me 50 cents back if I give you $1.
Yeah.
According to my knowledge, when I spend 70 cents, I still get 30 cents back. But if you listen to them about inflation and whatnot, I'm not supposed to get 30 cents back. Maybe I get 20-something cents back. Because they say the dollar is not worth $1. I say the dollar is only worth 75 cents.
Well, motherfucker, we keep giving our goddamn own money away. That's why if people want to believe that the dollar is going down, people are the reason why the dollar is going down.
Exactly.
You have let Corona and any and everything else in between that could make you lazy, keep you lazy, bro.
They're spending it like it's going out of style. They're still buying everything not nailed down.
But how much of that shit is made here in the United States? And it kind of goes into the segue of what we were talking about earlier. It's the support factor. It's a support factor. It's a support thing. I personally believe no matter who goes into the presidency, they're gonna roll out that brick currency. Watch what I tell you.
It's already rolled out, so I hear, in that they have at least 12 countries that have signed up for it.
Exactly. Like,
including, I
see,
believe,
this is,
okay.
and see, that's why I say a lot. I'm spiritual, but I sometimes believe a lot of the stuff in the Bible is coming to fruition. And the only reason why I say that is
Okay, it says no, the United Kingdom is not a member of BRICS as of yet.
yeah, but as of yet, see,
This is true though. People do definitely have to fact check information because so far, all of the things that people dislike Trump about is mere hearsay. A lot of the shit he didn't even say. Like there's a rumor going around saying, "Oh, he said he's gonna cancel Social Security." Well, that's just to get that community in an uproar and fighting against him. But who's gonna verify that he actually said that? Because all you gotta say is he said so and so and so, and people go running with it like freaking idiots. No verification whatsoever. You can just say Thomas said. Thomas said he gonna punch you in the face.
Yeah, bruh, like until I do it, it ain't factual. And that's the thing, like
somebody would have to come up to you and say, Thomas, did you say you was gonna punch me in the face?
it until you do it, it's not like everybody was like, oh, he's gonna. Now, don't get me twisted. I'm not advocating for Trump. I'm not advocating for Kamala, Kamula, whatever. I ain't advocating for either one. So I really don't care. I care about my freedom. I care about the peace that I acquire. I care about what I'm going to do tomorrow morning. I care about my family. Yeah, there's a lot that I care about with that election. I don't care too much about because, bro, like when you think about it, you really don't have any power in that election, bro. We ain't got no real power in it, and that's why my thing says no reparations, no vote.
Exactly. I've been saying that the whole time, but it's just me and you. Ain't nobody else with us on that. So we dead on that, I guess. Cause like it's not even on the ballot for anything. But that damn abortion stuff is there.
Because that's the agenda that they
got it in.
That's the abortion. I mean, that's the point that they're trying to make. Like, I get it. I feel okay. I personally, I feel like this. A woman's body is a woman's body. Like, I wouldn't want a whole like millions of women to make a law that says at the age of 8, after 3 kids, you got to cut the man's balls off. Like, no, I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want no shit like that. But because I feel like I should be able to do whatever I want to with my balls. Like, they're my balls. I was born with them. But at the same time, what are you trying to? My thing is, and I think that's why it's a touchy subject because it's like on one end, you sympathize with women who've been molested. You sympathize with women who've been raped. You sympathize with women who are pregnant because even if it gets done to a man, a lot of men don't report it, and that's unfortunate because men do get abused by women just the same. But as well, men can't get pregnant. So it's one of those things that like
the decision. I always said men definitely need to back out of that one. Only women can debate with each other on that one. It totally isn't fair unless they're speaking from the father sperm donor position.
I say that it, and I know this is gonna come off harsh and whatnot, but I say it's a woman problem. It's a woman problem, so women need to figure a way to handle it and go about it the way that they feel they should go about it. And then I feel like that's also the first step into governing yourself. Like, just because somebody goes on a podium and tells you, and then again, there's so much we talked about today that just coming to the light in the conversation is just crazy. Um, I it makes you think. Like, think about it. The only thing I see this woman pushing is the right for your body and shit. But the only time I see a whole bunch of women on your stage is a whole bunch of black women. Like, I don't
Yes.
go to all these rallies. I don't go to any of these things.
Yes.
So maybe I can't. Maybe I can just only assess from the things I've seen on TV and whatnot. But listen, I don't see you. I don't see you having a white person up there advocating for abortion. I don't see you having any.
I have not seen that.
Okay, no, I'm lying. I've seen 2 commercials.
Her, like, not even talking about the topics. No, none of the white women are supporting us. All
So
the
you
media
think?
personnel talk about her like, you know, crazy. All of the like the news correspondents women, which are a lot of them are white. Yeah, this is like literally black women just literally took over. Like she was a. Now there is a rumor that because we know that when she did the debate with Trump, they showed the little earpieces that she put in. There's actually a video clip of her talking about how to do a turkey or whatever, and she's putting the freaking things in her ear, and they're telling her, "Oh, you got 1 minute left," or whatever it is. So we know that somebody was speaking to her in the earpiece. She had one was a mic, and one was a receiver. Now the rumor has it is that Obama is the one that's in her ear speaking to the public through her. That he would act if she got elected, it would actually be like electing him because he had to walk her through everything.
That makes sense. Because think about it. Why you think he came out and was like, oh, and y'all men out here, y'all don't want to vote for a woman or you don't want to vote because she's a woman and
he directed
there with you. And I hate, and when you hear them talk, it's like you really do hear them because they be sitting there. And she was there with you when no, the fuck was she there? Was she there fucking? Was she there with me when I was fucking my baby mama and going through my shit with my baby mother? Hell no, because this bitch ain't got no goddamn kids.
Right. She should mind her business. That's another thing. I bet you she's had one.
You can't tell me about the importance. Listen, if you ain't, bitch, at this point, I'd rather a nigga come out of the woodwork and be like, man, I bet that bitch over fucking 30 times and we were going to have a kid. The bitch convinced me that having an abortion was better for her career and that. I'd rather a nigga right now come out and say some bullshit like that if you continue to tell me. No, I wouldn't want you to come out and say that because that kind of proves the point that I would be making. I had to think about that for a second. It would prove the point. The point that I am making is, how can I have somebody who doesn't have kids, who doesn't understand motherhood from the start to finish? Tell me that it's okay. Like, so you need to tell me you're going to encourage me because you got to think you're not just talking to women who've been molested or raped. And I'm not downplaying. I wouldn't downplay what they've been through, but you're also talking to women who go out here to the clubs, get with a nigga, and a nigga done ran a train on her and she don't know who the damn daddy is type shit.
Wow.
You also have people that you basically you got a whole group of people outside of just the one particular group of people that you're quote unquote saying that you're trying to protect. You're just giving too many people an option to do shit and to be I don't know, bro. Like, I know what I'm trying to say, and I don't want to be like politically incorrect, but it's like I don't feel like killing the next generation is the best thing. I feel like yes, women should have their right to choose whether or not they're going to keep a child in their body. I would say that. But the way how I feel like you advocate this, all of that, it's
like telling people they can have a free for all, and if you elect me as president, I'm gonna make it to where you can just. I don't know. It just comes off evil. I don't know, and I don't know how to really put it to you. It just comes off evil to me, bro. They come, and when I say I've done seen 30 different commercials that talk about abortion, I have yet to really. I know that politicians talk about it a lot, or politicians, bring it up in conversation. But I think this is maybe one of the one elections that I've probably seen in my 36 years of living, where abortion and stuff like that is even, or woman's right to choose is even a conversation. Like, a woman should have a right to choose. Like, you should have a right to choose. Why are you making it the main primary topic? Does that make sense? Like, why are you trying to win with this? And then you put it in, I don't know, it's all systematic in me, man. It is too systematic.
Well,
like,
the population of women out there is a great number, and I guess she's trying to, that's her swoop. That's her scoop or her swoop or whatever she is doing by gathering all of the women, because you figure they all can relate on that one accord. Everyone probably has the same, ideology. It's a woman's body, she should choose. But then they have the portion of the women that aren't, they are against it, totally. And those are, the religious women and whatnot. But generally, most women would agree. So I think that was their main agenda, was the numbers,
Yeah, it's more so. I feel like there's more to women than just applauding for something that recently got taken down just to fit an agenda of what you want. So, because the reality is, and we're going to talk about, whatever the bitch's name is. We're going to talk about her. You got to also talk about the policies of how she walked up. So basically, and I think I'm just really now just speaking to Black people, because we get, after last night's podcast and all of that, it's like a lot of us are too weak to stand on business, bro. We're too weak to stand on business.
I would throw a bomb.
And not to throw shade or nothing, but my thing is, I'm not gonna allow anybody, that I'm wrong for not wanting to vote for this person. That we should. I'm just not gonna do it.
Yeah, it actually should. It exudes a sort of embarrassment. I had to definitely jump on that and correct it just for the channel, because that's not how you do things. I was sort of shocked by that, but you let nothing shock you when you're sitting in the hot seat and you're moderating a show and it's ad lib, everyone is live and no one has a script, and so you gotta be on your toes to combat something that might be said. I don't want to project that my channel is even in agreement with that philosophy, so that I definitely I think I handled it pretty good on the fly, without a script and whatnot. I wasn't on some Gayle King shit. I was fighting for my life. When I heard that, I immediately boiled and I said, calm down. Breathe, count to 10. The scorpion tail was swinging around and whatnot. I had to tame it. I was holding on, swinging. But yeah, it's like that, because I was like, what? And you would think that people know that they can't come on someone else's platform. Like, I literally think that he thought that was a proper thing to say.
I mean, it is, you know, there's some things you just, like I say, some things you just don't say. There's some things you
Etiquette.
just don't
Etiquette.
entertain.
How people act like they don't have any etiquette. Like I think our generation is the last etiquette. Like if we know we're both
Y'all the
talking,
last two,
we're gonna stop.
and that's the thing. It's etiquette, and then it's sometimes the things that you say. I don't know. There's one thing I want to clarify. I was thinking back to what I just said recently. So when I talk about roadways, and talk about the choices, talk about Marlon, talk about abortion, and this primary thing. I'm speaking upon the fact of giving more of a choice. It's a choice for women, yeah. But I think the target audience, it's a systematic structure. I think it's more targeted towards black folks more than it's targeted towards anybody else. Advertisements are targeted, I feel, more towards black folks, targeted towards black folks. I feel like more of our youth go to the club and make bad decisions, make bad choices, and try to wash away those decisions. And thinking that abortion might be the way, or whatever. And to each their own. I'm not a woman, so there's certain things that I probably shouldn't know because I can't speak. I don't know about it. But I do know that from my 30-some years of living and experience just with people in general, and especially my people, so like there's women who just go to the abortion clinic like it's okay. Matter of fact, I put a video up where I think I still have it on on my other phone, and the girl basically was like, "Yeah, all babies should be aborted, all babies should be killed, all this and that." Like, I don't want to grow up in a world where everybody feels like it. If there's certain, I feel like there should be certain circumstances, special circumstances where if you're going to go through with that, that's you do what you do. But if the all going well, it's a and I don't want to say that neither, but I don't want to say that neither. That's why I'm trying to find a better politically correct way of saying it. But everything is a tactic. Everything is a game. And I think that when Kamala was losing, she called Obama and was like, "You need to get out here and get these men told." Like everything is systematic, bro. Everything is something that's put in play to put us, either 10 steps back or gain us one step forward and push us 10 steps back. And we should be smart as a people to realize and see the bullshit when we do, but it is for what it is. It is for what it is. You can only do but so much. And when it comes to information, you can take a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. So, all you can do is, speak your truth and, put out the information that you know to be true and hope for the best from there. And I think that's really what I'm trying to say to tomorrow. Like, no matter who it is that goes into the office or the presidency, we have to be able to look past the bullshit. Because everybody won't see this bullshit. If we getting ready to uprise, they'll say, "Oh, we're giving out $40,000 in stimulus checks," but because you're not specifically worried about you or yourself, they just look at it as a whole instead of being selfish and looking at it as an individual or whatever. And I mean, bro, like, I don't give a fuck about this $40,000 that you got to give me every month. You done gave these immigrants every goddamn thing under the fucking sun.
Yeah.
The only thing we ask for is money from something that happened, 400 years ago or however long ago it happened. Well, bro, just give us that. But see, that means you playing on an even playing field. And nobody wants to play on an even playing field. We're going to give this money to any and everybody else. But we're going to continuously feed you bullshit. And because we know that you entertain certain bullshit within your own community and right, and because, well, we look at you like monkeys and y'all are going to breed and not try to breed, like it's basically everything that they do themselves, they project it onto us, which furthermore has enhanced our stupidity in the way how I feel like we move and deal and delegate through life, bro. So when I speak about the emotion and all of that, I'm saying all those things to say don't pay attention to what people talk about in their policies. Because everybody might have good policies, but it doesn't come from a good place. Lately I've been saying there's no more heroes. And my homeboy said, what do you mean by that? I'm like, there's no more heroes. It's just you're hoping that that person has enough good in them, and even though that they're bad, they'll at least make the right decision at the right time. So I'm like, at this current stage in life, there's no more heroes, bro. I said, if you used to like John Wayne, I'm like, for white folks, John Wayne was the shit. For black folks, Shaft was the shit. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, we don't have any more fucking heroes, bro. So it's only for real, it's going to take a village who's good enough at what they do, but has some kind of moral compass to do the right thing. To do the right thing, and he might be an anti-hero, whatever. But I stand on what I say. There's no more heroes, man. So I'm saying all these things to say, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's 4 years from now, and we elected a president of the galaxy of the Federation, like, bro, pay attention to what's being said, why it's being said, how it's being said, how it's being forced, who's being forced around. Because the thing is, like, I was looking at Megan Thee Stallion in jail. I'm looking at Megan Thee Stallion in jail, but not in jail, and on the stage dancing and da-da-da, and she's here for you. Yeah, but look at who Kamala had to get come on stage, teach how to twerk and all of that. This bitch, whether you want to think about it like this or not, is the reason why Tory Lanez is in jail. And whether you one of those conspiracy theorists believe in that Illuminati and everything like that, believe, in certain people and all of that. With all of that being said, you're really dealing with good and evil, bro. You're dealing with good, even though there's no more heroes, you're still dealing with good and evil, bro. So you mean to tell me I'm gonna align myself and put another brother in jail with something that could be true, could not be true, none of us can say. But all I know is that this black man is in jail. His people probably did any and everything that they could to get him out of jail, especially probably having access to his money to be able to help him get his ass out of jail.
50,000, they rejected it.
All of that. You mean to tell me through all of that, he ain't out of jail? But you mean to tell me that this bitch now, I done seen her on 13, 14 different things, bro. I seen her on an Amazon Prime, an Amazon Prime commercial one day. Then I seen her on something else. Just the other day, I think I seen her in a magazine and I seen her in something else. But it's like little commercials. It's like little things, but it's things that'll make you money over time if done right, if done right, played correctly, and you had the right agent. You'll end up getting paid for, residuals or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's little things like I said, it's little things like that. And I know somebody might be like, "Oh, you're reaching." No, bro. It's just the way how I think, bro. This bitch basically sent the homeboy to jail over shooting her in the foot, over an argument, over a conversation, over whatever the fuck. But you mean to tell me this is the same bitch that you want to have represent you? Why? Because anybody that's around me, they're a representation of me, just like I'm a representation of them. So if I'm going to have a campaign, I want to put people around me that's a representation of me and the values that I hold. This bitch basically was like, I'm a bad bitch, I'm this, I'm that, so on and so forth. Send a nigga to jail, and this is the bitch because you want her to teach you how to twerk and be black. Or whatever the case may be. Don't even fucking matter. You got to look at who you're aligning yourself with. So I push that thought to say, if she aligns herself with somebody who just easily put a man in jail, whether it's power, whether it's whatever conspiracy is out there, whatever reality that a person wants to live in within that perspective, perspective of that situation. And with her, in my head, my perspective, all of that, I can't vote for you. Especially knowing that you have a track record for throwing people in jail for their kids being sick. I ain't seen throwing white people in jail for their kids being sick. All I've heard is black people come out. And I've heard a couple of Latino people come out and talk about, you know, how they done messed them over. You know, it's crazy because it's like there's people that have videos that they made from the time that the shit happened and she was in office or whatever, or district attorney or whatever, and made a video about it. Maybe, you know, vlogging and all that wasn't popular. And then you look at, you know, you'll see somebody who had an old video and then they talk about the same thing in the same, you know, the same context. Nothing really changed about the story. None of that. Like, bro, it's one thing when one person says, man, I can't make this shit up. But when you have a plethora of people who have proof to back it up, bro, if you go out there and vote and like I said, no reparations, no vote for me, bro. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm broke as hell, and $1.9 trillion in reparations split between the descendants of all those enslaved people. It don't sound too bad right about now. But I also know that we have gotten so soft that we don't stand on business and we're happy when everybody else gets what we deserve as well. I'm not going to sit up and say that those people, the people that over in them other countries don't deserve help. Everybody in this world deserves help. But do right by the people who help build this country. And until you do that, bro, like, that's what I said. You got to pay attention to who's saying what and who's doing what.
Yeah, and I really feel that even spiritually, until these things are rectified, it's going to be hell on earth. Because we all have the same frequency with that, and it's definitely shifting things. I don't know, I may have a different opinion than others on this election and whatnot, but mainly most black people agree that we know that we are old. And a lot of us is sick and tired of waiting. I was looking at this video where two young black people walked into the CVS and they just went shopping off the shelves and took whatever they wanted, and they politely walked out the door. And when the lady tried to stop them, he mushed her ass down. And I said, well, all I could see flashing in front of me is us swinging on trees. And I tried to find some compassion, but there wasn't any. And so I think that it would be a positive for them if they did something, because it will be taken out on their asses eventually.
You know what's so funny? I had somebody. I had this person tell me
of waiting.
Mm-hmm. I had somebody tell me when the hurricane came about, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was in Ash. It was up in the mountains. I was gonna say it was up in the mountains. Mm-hmm. Everybody like, oh, you need to pray for those people. Oh, we should donate. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, the hillbillies that was up in the mountains and whatnot.
Yeah. And my home, this one girl says, you want to know something? I live up towards that way. And when I tell you, she's like, when I tell you that it is a sundown town, and for those who don't know what a sundown town is, I've heard a lot of people say they don't know.
Yes, definitely enlighten them. What is a sundown town?
Sundown town is pretty much you're safe in the day, but when it becomes nighttime, it's basically I don't have to treat you any fucking better than what I treat you right now, but understand I will treat you way worse when it becomes nighttime, because there's not nobody that can see me in the night. You're just as black as I am in the night. If I want to kill your ass, rape your ass, do whatever, I basically get a free pass. A sundown town is pretty much if you were black back in the day and you lived in Sundown Town, when the sun went down, before the last drop of sunlight, if your ass wasn't in that house, they had your ass. Don't go walking home talking about I was just trying to go to the store. We were just trying to, and on one end, when you hear about what a sundown town is, or when you hear about what a sundown town is, when you um, either experience it or you see it on TV, you can say all that you want. Oh, you pulling up what a sundown town was?
Yeah, I'm pulling them up now.
Man, that's that spiritual. Hey, I was just sitting here in my head. Hey, I hope you can read my mind. Hey, pull up what a sundown town is, because I'm explaining it, but I'd rather somebody see it. And that's what we call people synchronicity.
Yep, that's how we rolling now. Caught the vibe. That was some straight telepathy shit right there, and that's how we rolling now.
That's exactly it. But a sundown town is pretty much, you ain't supposed to be there when the sun comes down, bro. And if you could pull up some of the cities that still are considered sundown towns. Because when I used to live in Miami, they said Miami is still a sundown town or still has sundown areas, and I'm like, for real? I'm like, you would think, but apparently so. And I feel like this is also why it's important for people, bro. A lot of these black shows, some of these black shows, I won't say all of them. Some of these black shows like Lovecraft Country and
here we go. Sundown towns are communities in which black people were not welcome. These towns openly discriminated against black residents and visitors, and violence was a common tactic. This is I specifically put in North Carolina. The name comes from signs that used to be posted telling minorities to be gone before the sunset for the day. Now, this is being, I forget the word, but this is not giving the proper depth to this sundown towns. It's not just minorities. It's specifically black people.
And that's why I said it the way I said it. Because while you were sitting there talking about it, I'm like, we gotten to the point where we don't even have a language. If we were indigenous in here, we lost that language, bro. Some people still have it, some people still know it, but if we're gonna talk about here and now, like we don't have that language. But then if you think about it, back in the day, minorities, you weren't even seeing Spaniards or Mexicans or anything like that. Like they were there, but I mean, back then I feel like it was a little bit more black and white, and and everything else kind of came in after the Civil War. Like there might have been people that may have been there that were indigenous in some ways to their habitat, but and we're talking about sundown towns back in those times.
We are here in North Carolina.
Being black, you were the minority. There wasn't no Chinese minority, Irish minority, or Spanish minority. If you were a minority, you were considered black. Everything else was okay.
So here's a map, and the number of sundown towns and counties go from 1 to 360. And I would gather the more darker you go in the color, the more sundowny it is. Like here on this edge of California, that's a sundown town. You've got Oregon. These light green, South Dakota, Nevada, they're still sundown towns, but maybe not as intense. And then you have here, I don't even think it's that, North Carolina. I'm not sure. Let's see. There isn't a color chart to say what this is, but if you have a range of 1 to 360, usually going towards the heavier colors, the more sundown it gets, like Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Wisconsin, and then you have these green states, Texas, but up in the mountainous areas, because this is North Carolina here.
Yeah.
Part of this is a sundown town. Part of South Carolina, Georgia, on down in Florida, of course, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Kentucky. Uh, yeah, it's crazy. There's still blatant racism in America for them to deny black people reparations. That's crazy. Like, it blows my freaking mind. Literally.
It is, and again, it's what we have allowed. It's what we have secured. Is what we have secured in our mind. And speaking about that, because you did ask me about announcements earlier, people, we are hosting. Me and the Tonya 23 Experience are hosting a seminar, a mental health seminar. I'm looking for people who would like to be on the panel. Me and Miss Tonya 23 are going to be on that panel as well. And we're just going to dive into mental health and, talk about the, the history of mental health and what, what some of the causes can be of mental health, what different diseases help cause mental health, what we should be doing at certain ages to help um, boost our mental health when we get of a certain age. And it's very important. I feel like it's very, very important. I feel like today we're in a day and age where, unfortunately, everything they've made it to where everything is a mental disorder or whatever. But there are people out here that do have mental issues that are struggling to just have a normal life within the confines of this reality. And I feel like it's very important that we do speak upon these things, make it aware that we know these things. And I think that's one step in a solution to a bigger problem, that we have. And I think that we have to deconstruct a lot of what we perceive, a lot of what we've learned, and reconstruct ourselves with positive thoughts and, the healthy mentality that we should have had from the beginning. And it's going to take it's going to take a long time for us to get there, but it starts today. It starts now. So December 13th, I'm hoping to have enough people. We have everything set up. So December the 13th, I would like to host um, a mind over matter mental health webinar, and we will also be doing gift baskets and giveaways, and just looking to have a good time. Now, granted, I know when people hear webinar, it seems like it feels like a school, because I know I go to school, and it feels like a lecture. And I say to myself, man, this is what these webinars on the doggone computer be in school be feeling like. I don't want to do it, but to make it fun, to make it interesting, and to make it to where um, you want to engage and you want to speak about these things. We're going to do some giveaways. We're going to have people calling in, and it's going to be a good time. So I do want people to be encouraged to find out more about it. I will be posting up things on my Facebook, also on my YouTube. Um, Actually, I'll be posting that up tomorrow. Um, so we will um, we will be looking forward to hopefully seeing you at this webinar. Do you have anything you want to add on to that?
Sure. I was actually going to set up an event sometime just before the Thanksgiving holiday for the women. It's going to be a meditation circle, so to speak. You could call it a prayer circle, but it will be based like a universal based meditation program where we will bring our burdens, so to speak, to let them go. It will be like a cord cutting type of
And I
thing.
was just, ooh, girl, the synchronicity today tonight is awesome. I was also going to say the same thing, and I would like to. Um, so what I was going to say was, I want to do a men's seminar, but I will probably do it um, after the first seminar that we would do, and kind of maybe in
Yeah.
the beginning of the year. But I do want to do a men's seminar, but I also want to do a meditation um, meeting, and I think a lot of us as men need to start learning how to core cut. And
Yes.
I was thinking about it earlier, and I was like, I'm still trying to figure out why I feel the way I feel. And I know this one feels a lot off topic, but us as men got to understand, the same way how um, we're intimate with women, women are intimate with us. And,
Mm-hmm.
you know, when you when you don't use some form of style of protection, and I say that very heavily, style, a form of style of protection, and pull out is not protection. So bro,
Yeah,
that's
we're
none of that. None of that. When you
100%.
don't
Yeah.
protect, when you don't use any form of protection, bro, STDs and STDs and STDs are very, very prevalent. And I said that 3 times. First is the physical, okay? Um, I mean, we all know, diseases are prevalent, and until we start believing, um, because a lot of cures start by you believing. Like, you got to believe that you're going to get cured. Um, I feel like any form of doubt in your mind, um, it's even as small as the mustard seed of it would diminish all the rest of the work that you're doing when it comes to healing. Um, and not everybody's perfect, but practice. Nobody's perfect, but practice makes perfect. So you know, but I'm saying all that. I really want to, as men, start doing cord cutting ceremonies because, bro, you carry that shit with you. And whether a man wants to believe it or not, whether a man knows it or not, so like the women that you slept with, all of that comes into play when you're dealing with life and just life altogether. And we need to start healing from those things. And because I had a black woman today tell me she doesn't feel like black men are very prevalent and they're very feminine. And I was just like, okay. But and the more I listened to her, I couldn't even get upset. I had to be like, you know what? In a slight way, she right. We ain't men anymore. We walking around wearing dresses, wearing purses, wearing satchels, and calling it one thing when nigga it's a purse.
It's
Motherfucker, it's a purse.
bad. It's getting really bad.
It's like, oh,
All
this
African
ain't.
men have now been, feminized.
It's crazy.
And you can tell it's an agenda because it's all of the celebrities. It's not like they're coming out picking random people and showcasing them. It's all of the people that they're all influencers.
And don't let you be
followers. And so they do one thing, they're seen by millions of people. So that's an influence, and that's where it came from. To have straight guys wear a dress. Like, what is going on?
Well, the key thing about that, because you saying straight, are they?
Not anymore once they got them in the dress. That's just like there's.
But were they to begin with? Because there's a thing called integrity, and a lot of us have it, but we don't know how to use it. And some of us use it and don't realize that we have it and use it in the wrong way. So
right.
The question really is: are these people the way that they are before the dress, or are they the way that they? Because if you are the way that you are before the dress, then stand in that shit proudly, but then stand on it.
Well, they're being.
Don't get mad when somebody be like, oh, you're gay, you wear a dress, but this
because you know,
like
once
Charles Barkley,
celebrity, you get people that dress you, and then they have their own agenda, so they putting this stuff on you. But hold on, if I got on ruffles and all this other shit, I'm gonna say something, and I will rip that stuff off of me if I don't want to wear it. But they dangle the little money. Oh, come on, this is it's just one time. It's for this, that you support. And they sling them the word salad, and they got them. The old Kamala thing, the word salad expert. She hasn't said a darn thing yet. Not to get back on that. It's the whole word salad.
I ain't never heard that shit before. I never heard somebody call it the word salad. That I won't even say it's funny, girl.
Judge Joe Brown started that when he did his interview on Kamala. He said all that he's talking about is having word salad.
Yo, that is funny.
About that ever since, like I made a game called. Is when you say a lot, but you said nothing.
Yo, bro, but what?
That's
like you got a whole bunch of
literally gotta have a skill to do that.
It's like you have a whole bunch of healthy food, but some of that shit kind of counteracts each other. So it's just you just got shit on the plate. Just add shit on the plate just to say eat healthy, right? Like the shit is wild, bro. And that's that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like the shit's crazy. The shit is wild.
Super wild, man. So, yeah. Nowadays, I just be like listening to people. Like I really be zoned in listening now. Like I'm trying to be like an avid listener because most people don't be saying shit, yo. If you really think about it, you be like, what did you just fucking say? It's like sitting there and watching 3 commercials in a row. You're like, oh my God. You see, it's like a program after program after program with the commercials. I'm like, oh man, how do you do this? Like, I just can't sit there and watch TV. It's just too like.
The funny thing is, I don't like watching TV anymore. Like, it's weird. Like, I have to be doing something. I have to be maneuvering. I have to be doing something. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I can watch TV, but I realize I watch certain shit on TV because everything else is so oversaturated with bullshit. But I just can't watch just anything. And then on top of that, like when I do start watching something, I start going to sleep on the shit. So it'll be like, I'm watching this. I promise you, I go to sleep. I literally go, if it's not something that's gonna keep my interest, and then hell, I'll take it a step further. There be shit that catches my interest, and I'll be just like, you know what? I tested myself one day, so I said, you know what? I'm not gonna smoke for a day and just try to watch shit on TV. Because I know sometimes when I smoke and then I, watch something and eat and all of that, my itis start kicking in, and I'm just like, oh, I'm sleepy, let me lay down. Man, listen.
Yeah,
I ain't
get
playing with it.
that
I am
TV.
not. I am not.
So in like,
I'll be like, I am not. I'm not playing with it because it just becomes to the point where it's like there's nothing that keeps me. There's things that keep me interested, but then there's not things that keep me interested enough to want to watch it.
right.
Like
It's
what?
literally keeping your mind dumbed down. Like you literally feel like,
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I gotta go read a book or something. This TV's making me feel stupid.
Right. Even in the TV
After
shows,
2
they be
episodes
using.
of Judge Mathis, I'm done.
Bro, listen, they be saying shit and having words and all different types of shit, and I'll be like, what did he just say? Like I was watching something today, and they said something I ain't never heard of the word. Like you know when you listen to something and you heard it, and you ain't never heard of the word before, and you go look it up, and you be like, so you mean to tell me you just wanted to use some big word shit just to sound smart, and all you had to say was this and make it sound plain and simple? Man, y'all motherfuckers is stupid enough. That word salad shit. That's what that is. That's what I'm gonna start calling it. And don't come over here with that word salad shit. This pizza, no pizza gate word. I don't want that shit. Say what you mean,
I
mean
want
what
to
you
do
say,
one
and
thing.
stick to the chest.
Upon closing, we getting ready to
All
close
right.
out. I wanted to share this little video with you and get your opinion on it. So
All right.
Halloween just passed, and there was a bit of controversy. You probably heard about it with DJ Envy and
Yes,
his
yes, yes,
costume. So for the viewers,
yes.
or whatever, I'm just going to show it right quick and get your opinions. So let's go. Let's see if we can get it going here. Is this the video? Okay, well, this is a picture. Let me see. I know I might get a strike if I show the video, but this is the little Kim, one of the little outfits he had his baby dress up in. I believe she's 8 years old. Yep, it says right there. DJ Envy is being dragged by fans across social media after dressing up his 8-year-old daughter as Little Kim for the spooky season. This is one of the pictures, and it's very provocative. She's got a bathing, little thing on and showing a little self between her legs and everything. And no, just no, y'all.
I think no, you know what? I get it, and I'm not going to say that he should have done. He shouldn't have did that. No, but I feel like as a parent, he's a music head. You know what I'm saying? I get it in the respect of that you're paying homage. I get it in the respect of, but I've heard about this, and I've heard even somebody say, well, why didn't he get his wife to do it? Maybe his wife should have been the one
Right.
doing it. But you know, this is the thing: when you put your life, when you put your life on social media, or I'll say it like this: when you put a picture of your life, when you give your picture of your life to the world, and say, hey, world, this is what I got going on. What's your opinion on it? You can't feel no type of real way when somebody says something that you don't like, or there's a feeling behind it. Because honestly, um, I I can probably speak on your behalf. I don't ever see you raising your child or your daughter to be wearing. And I mean, I can understand it if the child was like 15, 16 maybe, and then that was a decision that she wanted to make. But then there would have been a lot more conversation to be had. But then in the same token, I hadn't seen the video, so I've heard people talk about it, but it's a lot of
I don't think that was him.
I don't think that was good. I mean I understand it within the paying the homage and stuff like that. I get that, but I mean when you put your stuff out there for the world gonna judge. So it is for what it is. Like he did it. I know I wouldn't allow my daughter to do
Nope. Heck no.
it, but you know who the hell am I? I'm just I'm just one person in this call we call life.
Yeah. Does he have a reels? He took it
That's,
down.
that's, you took it down.
Yeah, it's gone. But it's snagged. You know. It's on YouTube. I just don't want to get. Well, I'm not
No, no,
monetizing
no.
anyway. Since I got a strike, let's go. Let me see if I
Yeah.
can get. Oh my gosh, shut up and play the damn video. No one's playing the darn video. They're running their freaking mouth. Let me see. I just wanted to
Wait,
see.
what happened?
I said everyone's running their mouth and I just want to see the video. Hurry up. Never mind, people are just... Here we go. Shut up. Well, yeah. I mean, you saw it. But if anyone would like to see it, go on YouTube and look up DJ Envy's daughter's Halloween costume video. But this picture was enough. It was tough. I would have never let my little baby dress like this. That was one of Little Kim's most provocative videos that she ever did. Why pick that one? It's the most popular. I mean, I get it, but I don't. But this is the mentality. Because look at his wife. She wants to be Kim Kardashian.
Oh
That's the
God.
look that everybody needs to have. This bullcrap here. So it fits in with their lifestyle. But I would have never done it. But yeah, I just
I would
wanted
have.
to end the show with that. Trying to think if there
Yeah,
was.
that's crazy to me. They can
Yeah,
have that shit.
yeah, that was wild. And this was one of the. I didn't even dress up this Halloween. I didn't even do my makeup or whatever. I think I was working. Yeah, I did a little meditation and that's it. Because in my world, Halloween is not really celebrated too much, but I get it. For the occult sciences, I do get it. And are you muted? I can't hear you. No, you're not muted. I just couldn't hear you. I think you're frozen. I mean, we're about to wrap it up anyway. Hopefully you get unfrozen so you can give your farewells for the night to the people. You can definitely find us on Instagram. Let me put my Addy. It's at Circuit. Amen. Wow. On Instagram. Definitely call me if anybody needs any help. Give me a DM on Instagram if you need help with, counseling, talking, just an ear or whatever. I would like to do that. Yeah, because it's some trying times, and you never know when you're going to be tried, and you just need somebody to vent, give you some sound advice, and everything doesn't come with a price tag. But I do take donations, of course. I can't eat air, I haven't become an airtarian as of yet, and I don't just live off of sunlight like all these other enlightened beings. I still have a portion of earthling in me, and I do need proper sustenance. So if anybody would like to support the support the podcast, we use Cash App, $Tonya 1116. If there was any information in the show that if you took anything away, if you learned anything, you have any wisdom that you received, and just leave your feedback if you can, because we're trying to literally give some applicable things when we come on here and talk. It's just not sitting here babbling, yeah. Of course, we want to say something that is noteworthy, worth taking notes. And I will also start doing that so I don't forget to tell you some things. It's a lot going on in the world. If you get a chance, definitely in the science world. Let me just see one thing. All right, let us just share the screen again. Okay. So as you can see, this is what I wanted to share with you guys. Check it out. Is Brother Thomas back there? No, he's not back yet. Scientists found a yellow brick road at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean. An expedition to a deep-sea ridge just north of the Hawaiian Islands revealed a surprise discovery back in 2022. Why are they just telling us? An ancient dried-out lake bed paved with what looks like a yellow brick road. PMNN is one of the most largest marine conservation areas in the world, larger than all of the national parks in the United States combined, and we've explored only about 3% of its seafloor. Researchers at the Ocean Exploration Trust are pushing the frontiers of this wilderness, which lies more than 3,000 meters below. Yes, this is a picture of the mysterious yellow brick road on the seafloor of the Pacific Ocean. It's the road to Atlantis, a researcher on the radio can be heard exclaiming. The yellow brick road, another voice counters. This is bizarre, adds another team member. Are you kidding me? This is crazy. Here it is, another picture, guys. Is it the road to Atlantis? So many great things are going on in science. Look at this. SpaceX, SpaceX Falcon 9 fairing cameras capture amazing views of its separation. This is the SpaceX Falcon 9 that took off for flight. Galactic distance record broken again. Something finds another incredible galaxy. Galactic distance record broken again. JWST finds another incredible galaxy. JW, that is the Space Telescope, released full color James Webb Space Telescope images. We've got some new space images, y'all. $1,150 light years away. How beautiful. That was nice. 290 million light years away. Other galaxies discovered. Southern Ring Nebula, 2,000 light years away. In the beginning, there was water, primordial. You see, yes, so much going on in space. Hubble watches neutron stars collide. You see all of this information 3 days ago. Hubble watches neutron stars collide and explode to create a black hole and birth atoms. Oh, they're very busy. This thing occurred 130 million light years away from us in the galaxy NGC 4993. So much going on. Incredible. Neutron stars. Look at them. Stupid advertisements. No one cares. Pictures of neutrons. They came together and they formed this. Watch them merge in simulation from new gravitational waves event. This is utterly incredible. Let's watch it again. 41 seconds. Two neutron stars forming together. Do you see all of the energy that is coming from those two neutron stars? Incredible. The energy that they are exuding. Oh my gosh. Look at the frequency. Boom. Super interesting. A father-daughter duo cracked an alien code sent. I meant to read this earlier. Let's Let's see, his brother back? No, he didn't come back. Okay. Well, let's see. I wanted to read this one earlier. The father-daughter duo. In May of 2023, as part of a science art project, the European Space Agency ExoMars Trace gas orbiter sent a signal to Earth as a simulated alien message. Although citizen scientists retrieved the signal from the raw data in only 10 days, it took longer than a year to actually decode the message. The father-daughter team of Ken and Kelly Chafflin successfully decoded the message of July 2024 by running simulations of the signal for days, according to ESA. Hundreds of billions of galaxies are in turn filled with hundreds of billions of stars. The chances of humanity being the only intelligent life among us, all of these billions, is very small, bordering on impossible. They would have never said that 10 years ago. But yes, just bringing you up to date on some of the wonderful galactic things that are taking place. We know that Earth is fast on the move, moving through the galaxy. And it's a wonderful thing. So from now on, make it your business to check out the news, to find out what's going on in the cosmos. It's very important because as above, so below. And on that note, I will see you guys next time. Hold your britches. It's 11:13. We passed 11:11 and we're moving in to a new day. Maybe we will come tomorrow night or the next day to see how everyone is feeling after the big event. Peace and love. And I share my ashes with you all.
I knew.
Come on, y'all, rock out with the song. I know outro.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is